Hey, we got a visitor. I'm doing site reviews. Who that there? That is. So no one's submitted their site for review yet. So you're the first one here. So if you want to submit your site, cool. No, I got someone else here. Anyone else got a site to review? Uh-oh. Let's have a look here. Internet's been a little bit flaky in the office this morning. Ah, we're back. Okay. Internet's all okay. So what's everyone doing on this fine Friday morning here in Melbourne anyway? So I was on telly last night. That was fun. I had a fight with the host of the show, Sky News, and Peter Switzer. He's a great guy. Amazing finance guy. Doesn't know much about digital, but he's the first to admit that. But we were having a discussion about regulation versus disruption. I think I won. Anyway, that's just my take on it. So, anybody got a site you want me to have a look at? Doesn't even have to be yours. Maybe it's a competitor's. Maybe you want to know what they're doing or where the opportunities are. So no one's submitted yet, I don't think. Let me just check. Make sure I've got the settings right. No. Okay. Hey, has everyone tried that? Give me hearts if you're on WordPress. Because no one seems to want to talk. I can't make this bloody thing work. Oh, so counterintuitive, this app. Who's on WordPress? Anyone? Anyone on WordPress? Anyone on Magento? WordPress, Magento? Nope. Joomla? Nope. Drupal? Shopify? BigCommerce? No. Come on, someone give me a URL. I might just go and review one myself. Yeah, so I was on Sky News last night and just talking about disruption versus regulation, and I brought up iPhone. I don't mean what device you're on. I mean, what's your website on? I hope your website is not on an iPhone. Though, you know what? You probably could hack Apache for the iPhone, I reckon. I reckon if you jailbreak your iPhone, you could probably get Apache running on it. Not sure why you would, but you could. Yeah, so the argument came around to disruptors, and and I mentioned Google. It's been a disruptor. They didn't do any advertising until they had 1 billion users. And the host Peter's come back to me was that Google didn't really affect anyone's offline business. So I just came back with, I think the Yellow Pages might disagree, but yeah, I thought it was pretty funny. No one wants a site review. Why? You just want to watch somebody else's site get torn to pieces. All right, I'm going to just tweet out I'm tearing sites to pieces right now on Periscope. See if that gets us any more people who... You guys probably are the sort of people that stopped slow past a car accident. Have a look. It could be a bit like that, so stay tuned. Okay. What's the process? Just give me a URL and I'll go and have a look at your site. Look for a new host WordPress. Can you recommend any in Australia? Sorry, someone else has tweeted something else at me. What tools are you using? Okay, I'm going to be using, you want to play along at home, that'll be fun. I'm using Google Chrome. I'll possibly be using Screaming Frog. And, if anybody wants me to go and have a look at their Google Search Console, you just got to add a user, and you can remove me later. You just got to add a user, which is tech, T-E-C-H, at stuartmedia.com.au, and I can get and have a look at your Google Search Console as well. Because and if you haven't got that set up, you probably should go and do that before you go and do anything else. Yeah, so that's a simple process. So they're the tools, and probably I'll be using Terminal on a Mac as well. And on Terminal on a Mac, I'll probably be using a combination of things, possibly Traceroute, possibly curl, and possibly what's Google Search Media? No, Google Search Console. So Google Search Console is the old Webmaster Tools. Yes, do that. No, it's the old Webmaster Tools. So they just put a new name on it to confuse everyone. Yeah, so yeah, they're the main tools I use. I haven't shown those tools in the weekly videos yet, and let me just see. I'm just going to say tearing sites apart. We need more viewers on Periscope right now. And then we'll see who the get a better idea of who the real people are that want to watch stuff like that. So that didn't make any sense. Twitch. Let me just get that URL. Done. Hey Jim, that's me. Yes. Yes, Leash. Hi, Angelic X. Angelic. That's hard to say, Angelic X. Or Angelic X. Oh, Angelic X. Maybe that's what it's meant to be. Sorry. Yeah. So you just pop your URL in the chat, and we'll start having a look. Sites did this yesterday, and it seemed to go really well. I read the question, what's your opinion on backlinking from small blogs? I read an interesting article today, actually. Phantom Master tweeted it out. I'll just see if I can find it. It was about that very topic, and I found it pretty good reading. It's not about a blog being small. Right? It's about is it a quality site, and do you get the backlink in a natural way? So, if the site can be a small site, still be a quality site. It's harder though and I know this isn't what you're talking about, but it's harder for smaller sites to rank for competitive phrases because they have a lack of internal linking structures to boost those phrases you want to rank for. But getting backlinks off small blogs isn't a bad thing unless they're crappy blogs. In terms of time to create content, seek it out, opportunities, a lot of work, is it worth for SEO? Well, here's the thing about backlinks. I did where are you based, Leash? You're in Australia. What makes it crappy? So, what makes a blog crappy is that it looks like it's just full of ads, and it looks like quality to you. Like, is it right? Okay. MV Monlovia. No, where's MV? Melbourne. What's MV? Thinking it was Moldova or somewhere. All right. What makes it crappy? If you look at it, you think, I don't want to send anyone there. There was a show I did, not this week, last week's show. I did a reveal on, is anyone here from Yellow Pages? Okay. I did a reveal on Census Yellow Pages where a client we just picked up, he handed us a report from Census, who was doing his SEO, and they were doing this, according to the report anyway, the one that I read. So, I can't vouch for the veracity or the authenticity of that report, but I can't see any reason why the client would have to lie. And they were linking from small, crappy blogs. And by crappy, I meant, the one that I looked at was about setting up a boating business in some town in the US. And every blog post on it had nothing to do with that topic. They were all obviously there just to get backlinks to the client's site. That's what I mean by crappy. It's set up purely for backlinks. That's what makes it crappy. The blog is set up purely to do backlinking from. That's why I would avoid that, and certainly why we don't pay people to do that, nor do we do it. There's a site here that I'm working on for our bloggers SEO system. So we've got a product coming out very soon. We're still looking for beta testers, actually. So if you want to be a beta testers, financial services, man, that is that's rife with that sort of crap. Sorry, I'll get back to you in a second. But financial services, and about 10 days ago, we got this site to number 1. I think it's dropped back to number 2. Lego storage ideas in Australia, anyway, was the phrase. So if you're in the US or somewhere else, you're not going to get this result. But Lego storage ideas, which is a highly competitive phrase because it gets a lot of traffic. It's a good phrase. So the person who we were applying the bloggers SEO system to, her blog has gone to it's number 2 now for that phrase. That was 38 backlinks total. If I go and have a look at the number, below that site is 3 and 4 is Pinterest. They're massive sites. And we're seeing backlinks from small bloggers, to my knowledge, legitimate. This is worth the effort. You got to measure it, and I don't know how much it's costing, right? So, if you go and have a look at the blogs and you think they're good blogs, they're good, they're good reading, they're worthwhile, and it doesn't look like they're just spammy pieces of crap, then by all means. But I don't. But if you're paying $1,000 each, then no. Well, how are you measuring the effectiveness of the backlinks? How do you measure, with your rankings as these backlinks grow, are your rankings going up? Basically, that's what we mean by measure. Is your traffic going up? We don't do backlinking. I know that's probably, heresy to the SEO industry, but we don't do it at all. The backlinking activity we usually do is removing backlinks. And that's because people have been spamming with backlinking. Anybody else got a site that want us to review? Just drop your URL in there, and if you want, I'll go and have a look at your... By the way, I usually charge about $500 for this, so we'll give you a good review, find out what's wrong with your site and why it's not ranking, or if it is ranking, how can possibly it could rank better. Geez, we had several yesterday. People just throwing the domain names in. No? All right. No one wants to get this site reviewed. All right, let's see if we can find out. So on that financial services one, what is the best site to view backlinks? MajesticSEO.com, or actually Majestic.com. Also, Google Search Console for looking at your backlinks. So Majestic, just to give you an overview, Majestic has got their own bots that go out and crawl the web and look at backlinks, right? And a really comprehensive list is what you end up with, and then they rate them. I don't put much value in, I don't put much, not value is the wrong word, I don't put much effort into looking at Majestic's measurement of the quality of those backlinks or the authority of those backlinks. I'm more interested in usually where they're getting them from, and are they good or are they bad. The other place that you can look that's free, anybody, I mean, who likes free tools? Google Search Console has a section in there which is traffic to your site, search traffic, I think it is. Hang on, let me tell you exactly what the menu is this week. Yes, free tools. Leash, I think you're the only one who's got keyboard access or something. Don't tell me I've done that stupid follow thing again. I don't think I have. Everyone can comment. Leash is the only one commenting. So in Google Search Console, there is a thing called, let's go straight to it, under search traffic. Here it is under search traffic. So there's a thing called links to your site. And under search traffic in Google Search Console, links to your site, you can download a whole spreadsheet. And the beauty of that is that you're getting the list of backlinks that Google actually has in its database that it knows about on your site. So Majestic might be different because they're using two different methods to collect backlinks. Okay, so I would go into what typically, well, one of the steps in our process here is that we always download, you're welcome, we always download backlinks from the Google Search Console to work out whether we've got a lot of bad backlinks that we have to go and do a disavow. Is that the same as Webmaster Tools? Yeah. Yeah, they changed the, oh, we've got an Arduino guy. Huh. I have to have a talk to you. Not set up for your site. All right. Here's the thing. If you want to rank in Google, set up Google Search Console. It's not going to make you rank in Google, but it's going to tell you why you're not ranking in Google. And then you just need to know how to use it. It says no data available. No data available. Oh, data. Put my glasses on. No data available. Chances are it's either the wrong domain or it was only set up a few minutes ago. Well, that could mean there's none. There could be that Google doesn't know about any backlinks to your site, or it could be that the site that you're looking at in Google Search Console is the wrong site. So, yeah, it's possibly not set up properly. Possibly it's either looking at the W's or the non-WW version of the site, and your site is actually at the other domain. So if you go to your site in the browser, does it say W or no W's? If it says no, it's got to be what you see when you go to your site in the browser in the location bar. That's what has to be set up in Google Search Console. So for instance, just to confuse things further, Google recommends if you're on HTTPS that you actually end up with 4 versions of your site set up in Google Search Console. You have HTTPS www, HTTPS no www, HTTP www, and HTTP no www. And only one of those sites should be the one that users and Google end up at. All the rest should be redirected to the other one. Sorry. Yeah, it can get once you do it a few times, you get used to it. But like most things. So yeah, you do need if you're on HTTPS. Yeah, and you're on. But is it set up for HTTPS or just HTTP? Because if you're on HTTPS, that's where all your traffic's going to be going, probably, or Google's looking at as far as traffic and backlinks go. And Google, well, see, this is the thing. If you went to HTTPS, oh no, the backlinks will still show. Google will still count the HTTP backlinks. So you've got to look into the HTTPS www version of the site then. in Google Search Console. So if it's set up, and if there's no data available and it has been set up longer than a month, something's not quite right, especially if you're getting backlinks built. Not something that I would ever recommend though. If you want to do backlink building, take it from the approach of where can I get traffic from? Now, a small blog, if they've got a strong big audience, great. I don't know what the ever refers to. Sorry, Leash. If you've got lots of traffic, well, content marketing is all about really building authority. No, we don't do backlinking. Well, not since 2010, 2011, something like that. Not since the first Penguin. Not that we got affected by Penguin. It was just like, actually, it was probably before that. Probably 2009 we stopped, and we still do local business directories. You know, like making sure people are listed in yellow pages. Or sort of repurposing for others. No, well, content marketing for me, yeah, you can go and guest post and those sorts of things, but if you're doing it, don't do it for the backlink. Do it because that's where your audience is, and you want to get in front of that audience. Don't do it for the backlink though. The backlink in that situation is a bonus. That's extra to the exposure that you're getting to a new audience. Well, Arduino, are you talking about tags in, say, something like WordPress? If you are, they count for naught for SEO. In fact, we make sure that all the tag pages are no indexed because it can cause duplication issues. Blogger. You know what I hate about this? It does give me threaded discussions. Blogger tags. Okay, so on Blogger, I haven't worked on Blogger for a few years, but I'm assuming it's probably still similar to the way WordPress uses tags, and we would no index them. A mate rang right in the middle of a Periscope. I just have to tell him. I'll say, sorry mate, on a Periscope. Hey, thanks for, paying attention to what I'm up to. Sorry. So that's how, so we don't ever do backlinking. I mean, back in 2004, 2005, I used to do directory submissions to like thousands of business directories around the world. But it became clear, sorry, Phil's left me a voicemail as well, but it became clear that, it wasn't working. It just wasn't working anymore. So we stopped doing it. And what we find now is most sites have enough backlinks already. There's a whole heap of other problems that you've got to fix. So once you fix all those other problems, then you find out actually how many backlinks you really need. So, yeah, it's that easy. All right, so I better go and call this bloke back. Unless anyone's got a quick site review you want me to do. Usually charge $500 for these. No? Oh, what's a site review? Seriously? All right. Do me. La Vida Health. Is that? Hang on. La Vida Health. Let me have a look. Vida Health. So this is lavitahealth.com.au K, is it? Are we talking to K? No? K Wright from La Vida Health, naturopath. Yes? No? Oh, it is you? Okay. All right. All right. Hey, wait, look, I'll be gentle. Don't worry. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is going to grab the URL. If you want to play along at home, please don't use a crawler on Kay's site because I'm going to be doing it now and we don't want to crash Kay's site. So let's just have a look. Okay. So I'll just pop that in the spider. That's going along nicely. Now I'm going into Google and I'm just typing the word site:\novidahealth.com.au and it's come back and Google has told me there's 83 pages that it's crawled. Now it's on ASPX, so it's on a .NET server, a Microsoft server. So far so good. 83 pages. This isn't too bad at the moment, okay? From what I can see. Okay, found a problem. Oh, I found another one. And another one. And another one. It's alright, these are easy to fix. And another one, yeah, got a bunch of those. So, duplicate content. I'll tell you which ones in a second. I'm just going through the index and looking at these pages. So what I do in this situation, you go site, URL, and then I just scroll through the results to see if there's anything there that looks a bit weird. So it should be about 150 pages. Oh, we've got a problem. Because Google doesn't think it's that many. Let me see how many. Screaming Frog thinks there are 300. No, that's not true. Screaming Frog thinks there are 149. Yeah. Okay, we've got a problem. Woo! I love problems. We can fix those. So Google's there's indexed less than half your content if that's the case. So we've got an indexing issue. So basically, whenever we do SEO, you look for the biggest issue first and fix that one first. And in this case, it's why isn't Google indexing all this content? So we've got some duplication content issues in there that would need to be fixed as well. But right now you've got some sort of crawl issue. So the first thing I'm going to look for is here's my robots. What I want to know is no, you don't have any robots meta tag, so it's not your robots meta tag. Let's go to HTML. So it's not your robots meta tag. It is. I don't think. I'll double check that. No, it doesn't look like it. Whoa. What's this? Lots of duplicate titles. Is it titles? Duplicate meta descriptions. Titles, how are the titles? No, the titles are okay. No, yeah, the titles aren't too bad. But certainly your meta descriptions on the blog posts are all the same for the ones, well, not all of them, but the majority of them, or 50 of them. So I want to change that because that's not going to help your click-through rate when it appears in Google search. But we've got to get back to why have you only got 83 pages? That's the main thing we've got to fix. 83 pages. Oh, hang on, search with it. So down the bottom of the search, it says we've got omitted results. So I always want to go and have a look at the omitted results if you get a search like that to find out. And there's only one more page, which is your admin login. So that's the only other page that was omitted. So we don't have to worry about that. But we do have to worry about why you're not getting crawled. Kay, have you got Google Search Console set up? Or Webmaster Tools? Has anyone set that up for you? While you're typing that answer. Okay, cool. So we've got a Google sitemap then. Hey, there it is. We do have a Google sitemap, which is not formatted very well at all. Let me just see if I can... Okay, now it is. Right. Fine. So what I want to know is how many locations. Well, we've only got 137 pages in your sitemap. So if you've got 150, there's 13 not there. I would say go and have a look at Google Search Console, and what you're looking for is errors, but the place I'd start for errors would be in the sitemap section. So we've got a sitemap here. But for whatever reason, it is not indexing all those URLs, certainly not all those URLs, and certainly it seems to be a bit short of URLs as well. If I had access to Google Search Console, we could do it a bit better. So you've got to fix that crawl issue first, because having only half your pages indexed, that's a major issue. You don't know what the problem is, and how it might be affecting other things with the site as well. So you need to go and fix that. I would start with Google Search Console under crawl sitemaps. Go and have a look to see if there's some errors in there, and I'll go and fix those. The robot that I've used has been able to crawl it okay, so it's not like there's something physically wrong. That's dropped in the last week. Okay. Also then, have a look at the Google index graph. You haven't done anything naughty as far as Google's concerned, like go out and buy backlinks or anything like that, I'm assuming. I'm just looking for other problems. Hang on. No. There's nothing there. Nothing that jumps out. So let me just go and check then. The other issues that could affect Google indexing you is an incredibly slow site. So we'll go and do a page speed test. So I'm just if you type in page speed test, you'll find a Google link. It's the first organic result. Page speed insights is what we're looking for. So you go there, and I'm just going to put Lavita. Oh, there's a couple of other things I haven't checked actually. lavitahealth.com.au. See what it comes back with. So your desktop speed is 74. Not great, but that's not a 74 out of 100 is not a disaster. Obviously, work should be done. So it's not your page speed. It is possibly a faulty sitemap that Google doesn't like. The fact that it's de-indexing, let me go and check. Something else. So I'm actually at your site now. I don't think I'll get into all the heading tag stuff because we've got to work out why you're losing pages from Google. So I would suspect possibly there's some duplication going on externally, and Google possibly is dropping your site in favour of the duplicated one. So let's just see if that's the case. So what I'm doing now, I've just taken a couple of sentences off of your homepage, and I've put them in quotation marks, and I'm just Googling them. Now I've got 3 sites that come up when I do that, so this text should be unique, right? So it's on your site, it's on an entry that you have on m.melbourne.ag, and there's 2 entries on, there's Adiri myotherapy, I think that's how you say it, and there's an entry on your own page. So let me just check this. Adiri myotherapy is Adiri, it's hard to say. Adiri myotherapy, that's you as well, okay? Does that make sense? So they've got basically a sample of your homepage. So basically it's been duplicated there. It was, right. I'd go and remove that entry. I don't think that's going to help because it's just duplicating your homepage. Let me just go back to Google because this is quite this is a bit interesting. Site colon Vida Health. Whenever your rankings drop, usually there's a problem. Sometimes it's Google, but most of the time it's you. Privacy policy, everything there looks okay. Okay, so I'm now going to have a look at the code. I wonder if the other thing it could be that you're on a site with too many other sites on it. So what? Sometimes if you're on an underpowered server, Google could also drop you. So let's go to, I'm seeing some duplication of pages, but not enough to get you dropped from the Google index. Levita Health. So now I'm going to a little site. If you want to check, it's not 100% accurate, but it's basically one of the few tools that we have out there. And that is a little tool called yougetsignal.com. Great little tool to find out roughly how many other sites are on the same server as you. There's only another 6 sites on your server, so you're certainly not on an underpowered server. I wouldn't have thought anyway. I mean, you could, if you're running off an iPhone, it might be bad. It's got to be something in Google Search Console. If you can add TECH at stuartmedia.com.au, I could go and have a quick look for you. Not now though, because I've got to call this bloke back. But I would say that your problem will be revealed in the Google Search Console. So check in Google Search Console, check your sitemap, and also go and check your Google index. Also, when you started noticing the drop, was there any precursor to that?